Greetings, YouTubers, and welcome back to another Toddy Walnuts collection overview video. Today I'm going to be going through some of my Christmas-themed and holiday-themed horror movies and give you some suggestions. And the majority of these are horror, and we get to the very end, I'll show you some that are non-horror that I watch every year since I was a kid. And these are in kind of subcategories, and we'll go through that, and I'll tell you a little bit about this when we get to it. So if this is interesting to you, please get yourselves relaxed, get a beverage and a snack. The girls are here, and we're going to have a chill video. Let's check out these Christmas movies. So I never script my videos. I never have a plan, really. I just put a bunch of stuff on my bed, and then I just kind of freestyle, and that's what we're going to do again. So I don't really have a pattern here of what I'm going to show. There's no particular order. So the first one we're going to show is Jack Frost. And this is a pretty cool lenticular cover. This is the Vinegar Syndrome edition. This was limited to 3,000. It's long sold out. You can probably get it on eBay. I don't know what it's going for. But this movie came out in 1996. There's the infamous bathtub scene where Jack Frost has his way with a beautiful naked lady. Very, very silly movie. It's a dark comedy, not meant to be taken seriously. You can see it does have some special features. And if you want to pause, you can read a little bit about the synopsis of it. Shannon Elizabeth is in here, and she looks gorgeous, as she always does. So this is the Blu-ray DVD combo from Vinegar Syndrome, Jack Frost. This is the same exact movie, just a different company. This is the MVD Blu-ray, Jack Frost. He's chillin' and killin'. Comes with this nice slipcover. I don't know if this is sold out or not. Running time, 89 minutes. We already know it's from 1996. This was released by MVD Visual in 2021. There you can see it has some special features there too. Also from MVD Visual is the sequel, Jack Frost 2, Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman. And again, these movies are really silly. They're not meant to be taken serious at all. It's just silly fun. Popcorn movies. If you want to pause it, you can read that synopsis there, and then there's some bonus features too. This one came out in 2000. And it was released by MVD Visual in 2021. And I'm sure many of you know that MVD Visual is a subsidiary of Echo Bridge. So these are really nice additions, though. So I guess next we'll get into the Silent Night, Deadly Night pile. And first we'll start with some DVDs. This was at one time, this was highly sought after. It was pretty expensive until the Blu-ray and the 4K were released, but I think this has gone way down in price. This is a 2-pack. You get part 1, Silent Night, Deadly Night, and then the sequel, part 2. There are 5 total in the franchise, and I'll show you more of those here in a minute. But this is just the double feature. This was put out by Anchor Bay. You can see it's not the early Anchor Bay logo, but it's not the most recent either. It's somewhere in between. And let me see if I can find out. This came out in 2012 from Anchor Bay, but the movies were from the mid-80s, I believe 1984 for the first one. You don't get a whole lot in the way of special features on these sets here, but this is a pretty cool set, and it was, at the time, it was the best way to watch them. And I'm really glad to have this. I purchased this at a Best Buy before it sold out, before it went out of print. And then here are the other 3 sequels. So you get Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, Better Watch Out, 4, Initiation, and 5, The Toy Maker. It's a 3-disc set, so they each come on their own disc. I don't think there's any bonus features on here at all. And these are full frame too. These movies came out in 1989, 90, and 91. And you can watch them combined for 270 minutes if you want to marathon them. Not really much else to say about these or this edition, but it is pretty cool to have. Even though these sequels are not very good, it's still fun to have them and to have all 5 of them on DVD in these 2 sets. But they have been upgraded, and we'll get to those in a minute. The next one is the same exact movie, but this is a Arrow Video DVD release of Silent Night, Deadly Night, just the first one. This is a really cool edition. This one's fully uncut. You do get a couple special features, but not much. You get an unrated trailer, an audio interview with Charles Sellier Jr. Let me see, what else can I tell you about this one? You've made it through Halloween, now try and survive Christmas. It says it includes exclusive booklet, Deadly Director, an interview with Charles Sellier. This was put out in 2009 by Arrow Video. This is a really nice DVD. So now we get into some of the Blu-rays next for this movie, and this is a Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 and 2 box set. You get both of the movies in a book. Let's see if I can get this thing to focus a little bit for us. These are from 101 Films, and these are spines number 17 and 17B. And they came out in 1984 and 1987. This is a pretty nice set. I just recently showed this in my favorite horror box sets, but this is definitely worthy to show for a Christmas horror movie. Again, it has a nice solid case. I don't want to spend too much time, but then again, not everybody watches every video, so this might be new to somebody. But you get this really nice thick booklet, and it's about 30 pages, but it's really, really thick. Feels like it's pretty heavy. You get some interviews, some photos, some really cool behind the scenes stuff. It's a nice addition. And I was trying to see a year that this came out. It's been out for a few years at least now, but here's the first one on Blu-ray. Looks like it's a 2 Blu-ray set. It's region B. And you get a lot of bonus features now. If you want to pause, you can read that. They did a really good job on this edition here. So you get 2 discs. So this is the Blu-ray for the theatrical version, and the other Blu-rays for the extended unrated. So that's a really nice set. And part 2. This is a 1-disc set. This one came out in 1987. You get some more bonus features here. If you want to pause it, you can read it. And there's the synopsis. And it's a 1-disc set. So I've been thinking about what is the most popular Christmas-themed horror movie. And it's got to be this one. I would think Silent Night, Deadly Night, or Black Christmas, the original Black Christmas. I would be curious to hear from you if you want to comment below. What is your favorite Christmas horror movie of all time? So here's the Scream Factory Blu-ray edition of Silent Night, Deadly Night, the collector's edition that comes with the really nice slipcover. This does have a 4K upgrade, which I haven't gotten yet, but I'll be picking that up at some point. You can see some of the write-ups there, and then it's a 2-disc set, and again, you get the theatrical and the unrated, and you can see all the bonus features there. High definition transfer. And here is the sequel from Scream Factory on Blu-ray. This one is really silly, but it's still fun. There's the garbage day dude. Everybody knows that by now. Actually, I think that's kind of been played out. Everybody says that line when they talk about this movie, but there's more to this movie than that. But that's just how the culture is, I guess. Monkey see, monkey do. Got a bunch of bonus features here. 88 minutes running time. You could watch it with subtitles if you want to. Really cool set, though. Glad to have these. And Vestron Video released the other sequels, Part 3, which is Better Watch Out, Part 4, Initiation, and Part 5, The Toy Maker. This is a really cool set. There's the Vestron Video logo right there in the top corner. Nice slipcover, some nice artwork here on the front. Looks really good. Again, these movies came out in 1989, 90, and 91. You can see Clint Howard, Mickey Rooney. Yes, they got Mickey Rooney to do one of these movies. How crazy is that? And you get some bonus features there too. Not a lot, but better than nothing. And looks like 2 of them are rated R and one's unrated, maybe? I don't know. This is a really cool set, though. So this is a good way to get all 5 movies on Blu-ray. It's really, all 3 of them are really nice additions. And here was the, I guess, remake of it called Silent Night, starring Malcolm McDowell. It's a cool cover. Look at those dark eyes. It's a DVD Blu-ray combo pack. And let me see, this one came out in 2012. You don't get any, or hardly any special features, just behind the scenes and deleted scenes. Here's the synopsis. It says, in 1984, the slasher classic Silent Night, Deadly Night stunned audiences, was banned across America, and remains the most notorious Christmas movie in history. Now Santa is back, and he's got a brand new bag of tricks. There's Malcolm McDowell right there. Great actor. So moving right along, we get into a movie called Christmas Evil, and this is a DVD from Arrow Video, and this is another really beautiful edition. I mean, they even put detail into the moon to look like a skull. That's really cool. Christmas Evil, aka You Better Watch Out. He'll slay you. And this movie came out in 1980, and it was released by Arrow Video in 2012. This is back when they used to work with Cult Labs. There's the Cult Labs logo. And there's the Arrow Video logo. Everybody knows that. 90 minutes running time. And you get some special features here. That's pretty good. For a movie like this, that's pretty good to have special features like that. Now this one is not as good as Silent Night, Deadly Night, but it's still pretty good. It's a good Christmas movie. Christmas horror slasher movie. Here's another DVD for the same movie, just a different company. This is the US release from Synapse Films. This is the Christmas Evil Special Edition, Original Director's Cut. This is another great cover. This was the first way that I bought it, the first way that I saw it. I have had this DVD for a long, long time. This one came out in 2006 from Synapse Films. If you want to read a little bit about it, you can feel free to pause it. And there are some still frames and a little bit of bonus features. I like the title Christmas Evil better than You Better Watch Out, but that's the only way I've ever known it as Christmas Evil. Really nice. So here's the, let's take a look at the Synapse logo. Really, really cool. I think it's important to show those. I love logos like that. So, all right, let's keep moving on. Then in 2014, Vinegar Syndrome released it like this. It didn't have a slipcover or anything. This was one of their earliest releases on Blu-ray. It's a really nice cover too. I like it. Got some special features here too. 4K restoration, commentaries, deleted scenes. And you can read a little bit about that though. It says at the top, the greatest Christmas movie ever made by John Waters. I don't agree with it, but to each their own. You know, I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just a matter of opinion, that's all. But this was the first release that Vinegar Syndrome put out, 2014. Is that what I said? Yes, 2014. And yes, it did come in a blue case at the time. That's how they used to ship their movies, like that. And then some years later, it doesn't say exactly when, but they re-released it, and this time they offered a slipcover for it. And then this time they have a clear keep case. This is what the slipcover looks like. These were limited to 2,000. They sold out pretty quick. Christmas Evil, the night he dropped in. And then basically this is just the same, only it has a clear case now. And this one hasn't even been opened, because if I want to watch it on Blu-ray, I just watch the other one. It's the same thing. It has the same exact special features. The only thing, like I said, the only thing that's different is the slipcover and the clear case. Everything else is the same. Really nice edition though. Glad to have it. Okay, I got a little pile here of Krampus movies. This was the first release I got of it. It's the Blu-ray DVD digital code. I think I gave the code away a long time ago. This was put out by Universal in conjunction with Legendary Media. It's a PG-13 movie. You get some bonus features and a Blu-ray exclusive. It says HD picture and theater quality sound. We've really come a long way since the VHS days. It's a pretty cool cover. I like that. Let me see what else I can tell you about it. The movie came out in 2016, I think. Or if that's the year that Universal released this. I'll have to take a look. I'll be right back. I just did a quick Google search, and it said this movie came out in 2015, and then it was released by Universal in 2016, which makes sense. And this is the 4K and Blu-ray upgrade from Scream Factory. This is Krampus, the Naughty Cut Collector's Edition. Great cover. Really beautiful edition. You can see it has a lot of bonus features too. It's 2 discs because it's a 4K and a Blu-ray. It says for the first time ever, the original cut for Krampus. So I'm trying to find out what it's rated, because the other one was rated PG-13. If this one's uncut, did it reach the R rating? I'm not seeing it. It says unrated right there, bottom right. So let's take a look at the back of the other one too and see if we can kind of compare special features there. It looks like for sure the Scream Factory has way more special features. So I guess if you're gonna get it, you might as well get the 4K Blu-ray. Even if you don't have, if you're not set up for 4K, you can still watch the Blu-ray with that edition. Or if you still like your Blu-ray DVD, you can always go with that edition. We're chugging right along. We're making some pretty good time. So the next pile is Black Christmas. This is the Bob Clark directed Black Christmas from, this is the Canadian horror movie. This was the first edition that I ever had of it on Blu-ray. And they're calling it a special edition. And let's see when this one was released. It doesn't say what year, but it does say that it's 98 minutes running time. This one has Olivia Hussey and John Saxon and Margot Kidder. This is the OG from, I think, 80 or 81. I'll have to double check that too. But you get 2 hours of bonus materials here. This is a really nice edition. This was the first Blu-ray edition I got of it. Put out by a company called Somerville House. And then a couple of years after I bought this one, I found this one on eBay. I think this is the Canadian edition of it. It's called Black Christmas, the Seasons Grievings edition. This one sold out pretty quick. It has a really nice slipcover. And it's hard to get a mint slipcover because it's black and it, you know, it would show every little nick and crease and everything, but this one's in really good shape. I'm not a big fan of the openings for the UPC code though, but it's just the way it goes. I think I got this thing in upside down. But you do get some special features. I think it's the same bonus features because it's over 2 hours material. I think it's the same, but this one was put out by Anchor Bay. Region A locked. So I really like both of these editions, but this one's just a little bit better. I love that slipcover. It's pretty awesome. By the way, the movie came out in 1974. And in 2016, Scream Factory released this beautiful collector's edition with this slipcover. It looks really, really good. That is a great cover. You can see the Scream Factory logo right there. Everybody knows in conjunction with Somerville House. And it's a 2-disc set. This one comes with a documentary. So disc 1, you get the 2K scan and you get some audio commentary, 3 different audio commentary tracks there. And then disc 2, you get some interviews and archival interviews as well. And didn't it say that there was a documentary? The 12 Days of Black Christmas documentary. That's pretty awesome. And there's that famous scene from the movie, and they showed it again on the next edition, and they showed it on the Somerville House edition. Well, this is a really, really nice edition, but I upgraded it one more time than this. So this is the 4K Blu-ray edition from Scream Factory. Another beautiful slipcover. This one came out in 2022. And you get more bonus features now. Look at that. It's a 3-disc set. You get a 4K disc and 2 Blu-rays. Look at that disc 3, the second Blu-ray. Just look at all that extra stuff you get there. That is really cool. Beautiful edition. So those are the 4 ways you can get the movie. 3 Blu-rays and a 4K upgrade. And then I guess we'll just talk about this one really quick. This is the Black Christmas remake. I like this edition because it was an old Blockbuster exclusive, and I'm going to keep it in this case. It still has a scanning tag and the old price tag. This is the unrated edition. Really glad to have this. This has become a collectible piece. This movie came out in 2006. I have not upgraded this one just yet. So these are all the Black Christmas editions that I have. Now we're going to get into a stack here. These are pretty much all independent films. And the first 3 are from SRS Cinema, Sub Rosa Studios. And these are shot on video, low budget, Christmas horror themed movies. The first one's called Sister Krampus. Great cover. You can see Krampus outside looking through the window. There's a head on top of the tree. Sister holding a double-sided bloody axe. This one came out in 2021, 77 minutes running time. There's a commentary track, and this was made by Anthony and Mark Polonia, who are well known for shot-on-video horror movies. Here's another Christmas-themed horror movie, Hell on the Shelf. And this was also directed by Anthony and Mark Polonia. This one came out in 2021. If you want to read it there, it just has a director commentary, some trailers. You can see the Polonia Brothers Entertainment, although John Polonia, Mark and John were brothers. John passed away a long time ago. And I believe Anthony is Mark's son, but they still go under the Polonia Brothers Entertainment logo. And the Polonia Brothers made a lot of low-budget, shot-on-video horror movies for decades. And then here's the third and final one from SRS Cinema, Sub Rosa Studios. This is a double feature, Psycho Santa 1 and 2. You can see just how low budget it is by looking at the screen grabs there. And you get bonus features. There's 2 full-length features. They're calling that a bonus feature. And trailers. I would have liked to hear some commentary tracks on some of these low budget. So the first one, Psycho Santa, is only 72 minutes, and then the sequel, and it was from 2003, and then the sequel is from 2006, 73 minutes. So there they are, if you're interested in tracking these down from SRS Cinema, Sub Rosa Studios. There they are. The next one is from Scream Team Releasing, not to be confused with Scream Factory. It's a completely different company. This is an independent film called 13 Slays Till Xmas. And there's the Scream Team Releasing logo. They have really good stuff. I recommend you go check out their website. They really cater to independent filmmakers. There's some really good stuff over there. And they have more than just movies. You can get DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHS, but they also have like t-shirts, posters, games, different things like that. You can buy autographed swag from some of these independent directors and actresses and actors. It's really cool. Go check it out. But this one came out in 2020. And usually the Scream Team releasing stuff, it's low budget, but it seems to be kind of polished a little bit, if that makes sense. It doesn't seem so low budget. I mean, they really, you know, the acting is usually pretty good. The set pieces are pretty good, and they have, I mean, good recording and all that, good sound, good characters. So that is 13 Slays Till Xmas. Really good company. Go check out Scream Team Releasing. Okay, the next one, it's also an independent film called Red Christmas, starring the great Dee Wallace. We'll see her on the back. The only thing under the tree is terror. This was put out by a company called Artsploitation Films in conjunction with Devilworks. And this movie came out in 2017. There you can see Dee Wallace right there brandishing a shotgun. There's some bonus features here. Directed by Craig Anderson. Looks like it was nominated and won some awards here. It's pretty good. If you want to pause that and read a little bit about it. Dee Wallace from The Hills Have Eyes, The Howling, E.T., Cujo. She's had a fantastic career. And she still looks pretty good, too. The next one is from a company called Wellgo USA. This is called Better Watch Out. Blu-ray DVD combo. Frightful and delightful, it says there in the tagline. I haven't watched this one yet, so I can't really comment on it. 2016 this came out. You might be home, but you're not alone. In this fresh and gleefully twisted spin on home invasion horror, babysitter Ashley must defend her young charges when intruders break into the house one snowy night, or so she thinks. Sounds pretty good. There's the Wellgo USA logo there, bottom left. The next one is called A Christmas Horror Story, and that's one heck of a slipcover. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but it's embossed. And there's a lot going on here on the cover. Like some kind of a Krampus-type creature spinning a chain with a meat hook on it or something. I don't know what that is. It says a holiday cheer and insane bloody violence. Put out by RLJ Entertainment in 2015. You can see William Shatner is in here. This looks pretty good. I haven't watched this one yet either. A Blackly comic tale of Christmas carnage. Let's see. It was directed by 3 different guys. I'm not sure if this is a anthology or... Let's see, we'll read a little bit about it. It's the season of joy, peace, and goodwill, unless you live in Bailey Downs. Last Christmas Eve, 2 teens came to a grisly end in a school basement. Now 1 year later, a new set of horrors has come to town as 3 friends explore the site of the massacre. A malevolent spirit is determined to keep them there forever. This doesn't sound like it's an anthology, but it does sound pretty cool. And if nothing else, it has a beautiful slipcover. It's really nice. If anybody has seen this, you can leave a comment below. Let us know how it is. So here is a Norwegian holiday slasher horror movie called Christmas Cruelty. This was put out by Unearthed Films, my buddy Stephen Biro over there. He always releases some really good stuff. Look at that Santa with the dark eyes. It's pretty chilling. And this is in Norwegian language, but you can watch it with English subtitles. It's put out by MVD Visual. It's region A locked. And this came out in, looks like 2013, but Unearthed released it in 2022. There was another Christmas horror movie from Norway. It was called Rare Exports, and I had the steelbook, but I can't find it. I don't know if I sold it or traded it, or I misplaced it, but I could not find it for this video. I was going to show it right after this one because they're both from Norway. But there are the, look at the makeup, looks really cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a cool looking Santa Claus. And there's some bonus features. Really good stuff here. I'd be curious to hear if any of you watched it and what you think of it. And the last independent Blu-ray is from my home state of Wisconsin. This is called Dismembering Christmas. This is a really good movie too. I liked it a lot. Put out by Slasher Studios. And the owner and proprietor and the guy who wrote this movie, Kevin Summerfield, is the owner and operator of Slasher Studios. And this was directed by Austin Bosley, who has done some other good stuff. This was limited to 300. I got number 139. And this was actually a really fun movie. It's very low budget, but it takes place in the wintry setting. It takes place in a kind of a winter cottage. It's kind of a vacation getaway home type deal. And they're being stalked. And I thought the actors and actresses were really, really good in this. And you actually like the actors in this movie. Usually in horror movies, not usually, but sometimes you absolutely hate the actors and you can't wait for them to die, or you really don't care when they die. But these actors, you really kind of care for them when they do get picked off one by one. You kind of feel for them. You know, this girl right here on the bottom, in that screen right there that's filling up the image there, she was really, really good. I thought she was fantastic. But this is Dismembering Christmas, put out by Slasher Studios. You can go over to their website and check them out. They have other stuff there too. But if you haven't seen Dismembering Christmas, I recommend it. It's pretty good. We have a couple more Blu-rays. These are both from Vinegar Syndrome, and then we'll jump into this DVD pile. The first one, I still haven't seen this one yet either. This is called Deadly Games Dial Code Santa Claus. I really don't know much about it, but I have had people on my channel recommend this highly, and I just still haven't watched it yet. I really don't even know what it's about. It looks like it may be kind of a post-apocalyptic type Christmas movie. I don't know. It looks like there's machine guns and warriors and all kinds of weird things going on the cover. I'll take it out. This was limited to 5,000. I'm pretty sure it's sold out. But I'll take this out of the box and we'll read the back a little bit. So this is the 4K. There's the black case and the 4K logo on the top. And you also get the Blu-ray as well. There's the 4K right here. There's the Blu-ray. I'm trying to read that. It says 3615 code Père Noël. I don't know if this is a French movie or what. It is. Okay. It came out in 1989. 91 minutes running time. This is all region because it is 4K. You can see some of the still frames there. Really weird, though, that they would have machine guns in a Santa Claus movie. Again, if you've seen this, please comment without giving too many spoilers. But if you want to read a little bit about it too, you can pause that. Special features, you get a decent amount. There's an 88-minute interview with the director. I don't think I've ever seen an interview that long. It's a feature-length interview. And then there's other interviews too as well, 40 minutes. Director commentary. Bonnie Tyler music video. Wow. Additional info. There's newly scanned and restored in 4K from the original 35mm camera negatives. It sounds like it's a hoot, though. I've never seen it. But what is disc 2? Is it just the movie on Blu-ray? Because it looks like it has... I thought maybe this was something different, like extra bonus features, but it must be the movie on Blu-ray and the movie on 4K. So again, if you've heard anything about this or if you've seen it, go ahead and leave us some comments. And this last one is a Spanish Christmas slasher movie called Don't Open Till Christmas. This was limited to 5,000. I'll take the plastic off and the slipcover and we'll read a little bit about it. So here is the cover on the keep case. And this movie came out in 1984, in the same year that Silent Night, Deadly Night came out. There's the masked killer. And let's read a little bit about this here on the back. It came out in 1984, 87 minutes running time. This was released by Vinegar Syndrome in 2022, and this was a gift to me from our friend Let Us Play. If you haven't subscribed to Let Us Play yet, you should go check him out and give him a sub and give him some thumbs up and comments, all that good stuff. But yeah, he sent this to me a few years ago already. You know, I can't believe it's 3 years old, but it seems like it was just yesterday. I'm really glad to have this. Look at all the bonus features there. That is a lot. Look at the killer. It's a good slasher movie. I thought this was Spanish, but no. It says Christmas in London. This may be a British movie. I'm gonna have to double check that. I really thought this was Spanish, but hey, I'm wrong, man. I'm wrong sometimes. It happens. It says it's just days before Christmas in London, but not everyone is full of good cheer as a maniac with a pathological hatred of Santa Claus stalks the streets, butchering any man that's unlucky enough to be wandering around dressed as Old Saint Nick. Wow. The product of an extremely troubled production, Don't Open Till Christmas was the second stalk and slash collaboration between legendary exploitation producer Dick Randall and former matinee idol Edmund Purdom after 1982's deliciously bonkers Pieces. No, Pieces is a Spanish horror movie. Originally conceived as Purdom's directorial debut, the resulting footage was considered such a mess that much of it was rewritten and reshot by director Alan Birkinshaw under a pseudonym. The end result is fascinating and endlessly entertaining patchwork of slasher film and super sleazy thriller, punctuated by shocking moments of gore which appear almost out of nowhere. There's a lot of really good stuff here on the bonus features, though. An interview that lasts 20 minutes. Is Caroline Munro in here? I believe she is. Hold on one second. I gotta go look at something. I'll be right back. Well, I found out that it definitely 100% is a British horror movie, slasher, holiday movie. But I don't see anything in here about a Miss Monroe. I didn't see Caroline Munro. I didn't see any of the characters named Miss Monroe. So I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna have to dive a little deeper into this. But this is a really cool edition. And that is the Blu-ray edition of Don't Open Till Christmas, which was limited to 5,000. I'm not sure if it's still available. You have to go over to the Vinegar Syndrome website and check it out. And this was the DVD that I owned previously before I got that Blu-ray gift from Faligar, or Let Us Play. This was the Mondo Macabro DVD of the same exact movie. Let's see what it says here on the back. This was released in 2011. There's a 52-minute making of, and there's a documentary. It does have Caroline Munro right there, but it doesn't show her on the IMDb page. Maybe she was under a pseudonym, but her name is definitely there. That's cool. I really like Caroline Munro a lot. I think she's great. So this is the DVD and the Blu-ray upgrade of Don't Open Till Christmas. Now we'll get into a couple of the cheapies here on DVD, and this is the HD restoration of Silent Night, Bloody Night. This movie deserves a better release. Somebody should give this a really good treatment. This is a pretty good Christmas slasher movie. Has John Carradine in it. And as far as I know, they don't really have a good release of this anywhere. This was put out by Film Chest. The movie's from 1973. It's 81 minutes running time, and this came out in 2013 on DVD. It looks black and white here, but the movie itself is color. It's rated R. It's about a loony bin, like a mental institution type movie. I love those movies. It says a young man inherits a house in which his grandfather died in a fire that was once used as an insane asylum. I'm getting a little tired again. I'm gonna have to pause it and take a drink. In the 70s, Silent Night, Bloody Night was primarily a drive-in theater B movie before disappearing into obscurity. However, in the mid-80s, the film was featured on Elvira's movie Macabre, where its exposure would begin a cult following. We need a good Blu-ray or 4K of this, though. Maybe Vinegar Syndrome, maybe Arrow Video, who knows? Somebody, anybody. Hello? There's Big Hannah, she's sleeping. Heidi went in the other room already. She's a party pooper. She'll probably be back, but we're almost done here anyway, though. Here's another cheapie called All the Creatures Were Stirring. Kind of a Gremlins or Critters knockoff, sort of. This was put out by RLJ Entertainment. And this one came out in 2018. Silly little creature feature movie. These are fun, though. The only special feature is a filmmaker commentary, which is not bad. I mean, if you're going to only have one feature, I would rather have a commentary or a making of or something like that. So that's pretty good instead of having like trailers or stuff like that. But not really much else to say about this. It's just kind of a cheapy little holiday horror movie. The next one is a movie I bought at FYE a few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. This is called Krampus the Christmas Devil. I still haven't opened this one up yet, but you can see at one time they were selling it for $15. I got it on sale for $7.99, and it's still sealed in shrink wrap. But apparently it includes a free digital copy. So this one came out in 2014 from a company called Viva Pictures. Right there. Come on, you can focus, you can do it. When Krampus, the Christmas devil, visits a small town to punish all of the naughty children, it is up to one police officer to hunt him down before more kids end up kidnapped or murdered by this evil monster. Pretty terrifying. Here's another ultra low budget B horror movie called Silent Night, Zombie Night. This one has Felissa Rose in it from Sleepaway Camp fame. Lou Temple is also in it. He did a lot of stuff with Rob Zombie. He's a good actor. This came out in 2011, 83 minutes running time. It says director Kane has out-Romero'd George Romero. Well, I doubt that, but you do get some bonus features here. There's an Easter egg, deleted scenes, trailers, bloopers. A week before Christmas, a viral outbreak turns the citizens of Los Angeles into the Walking Dead. They should have put Felissa Rose on the cover, because that is not her. Here's Krampus 2, The Devil Returns, another purchase from FYE a few years ago. This one comes with a slipcover. Has the same image in the background, so I'm not even going to bother taking that out. Another cheapie. This one came out in 2016. Better be good for your life's sake. 5 years after the murder of his wife and disappearance of his daughter, former police officer Jeremy Duffin is brought back to help in the hunt for the Yuletide monster that punishes children that have been naughty. You can see the low budgetness. have a nice box set here from Great Britain, from BFI. These are called Ghost Stories for Christmas. This is the expanded 6-disc collection as seen on BBC. And it comes in this fat pack with the swing trays. It's pretty nice. It's a really nice set. And I got to dive back into this. It's been some years since I watched this, but it was good from what I saw, and I'm going to go back into it again. But it says, broadcast in the dying hours of Christmas Eve, the BBC's A Ghost Story for Christmas series was a fixture for the seasonal schedules throughout the 70s and spawned a long tradition of chilling tales which terrified Yuletide viewers for decades to come. I'm not going to read all that to you guys. You get bored, or even more bored. But disc one, you get, well, you can see that there's different programs from Whistling, I'll Come to You, 1968, 42 minutes, and it just shows different segments. If you want to pause, you can check those out. So it starts in 1968, and it looks like it goes all the way down. Well, there's a couple from the 2000s in there. There's some from the 1980s. So I'm not sure if it's comprehensive. It goes in order, but yeah, it does. It looks like it doesn't, because there's 1974 and 2012 on disc 3. But it looks like they have quite a bit of episodes for you to watch. And this comes with a booklet here. Pretty nice thick booklet. You can see the discs inside. This was a gift years ago from Shagrat, I think, if I remember right. You'll have to know. I'm not going to read it here. This was, I forgot this was even in there. You know what? Maybe I'll read this. This is a throwback. I don't know if you guys care about this, but this is Kyle. He used to go by Shagrat65. I don't think he makes videos anymore, as far as I know. It says, hello, Todd. Once again, many thanks for helping me out with the limited Scream Factory Carrie release. I surely would have missed out on it otherwise, as well as our last trade. This kind of generosity and willingness to help others is unfortunately all too rare these days. In return for your assistance, I have sent you something which I regard as one of the best releases of recent times, and certainly one of the most cherished items I own. Without spoiling the surprise, the first 7 productions on this set rank as some of the finest gothic horror films ever produced by these islands. He's from the UK. Adapted from our best writer of ghost stories and, in one instance, perhaps our greatest writer, full stop. In the case of a select few in particular, you will struggle to find more atmospheric, chilling, and well-made productions from that era. I'm going to stop here for a minute and add my little 2 cents. And I have to agree with Kyle on this, that the British do gothic like nobody else. And I will fully admit that. They are fantastic with set pieces, atmosphere, all that gothic goodness is top-notch in England. Or indeed any area. I don't wish to set your expectations too high, but I sincerely hope that you will come to share my opinion after viewing the films on this set. I hope to send you another package around the time Carrie is released as a future token of thanks. Again, your generosity is greatly appreciated. Take care, Kyle. This was probably 10 years ago that Kyle sent this to me. So I don't know if he's still around on YouTube or not. I haven't heard from him in years, but he was a good guy. There's some really good dudes from the UK, from England, and pretty much all over the world. I have friends in Sweden, Norway, Germany, the US, Canada, Mexico. There's people everywhere around the world who enjoy films, and I'm glad to, talk to all you guys, and I'm glad all you guys stop in and hang out with me. So I'm going to put this one away. We're going to talk about 2 media books, and then we'll jump into some non-horror stuff, and then we'll wrap it up. So the first media book is called Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and I think this was a German release. It is. And this is it's a 4K and a Blu-ray. And I have to admit that I never made it through this movie, and I talked about it before, and I don't want you guys to think I'm a prude or get easily offended or anything like that. I don't. But there was so many F words in this. Like every other word was the F word, and it just turned me off completely. But I thought everything else was really good about this movie, and I just wish they would have kind of toned it down a little bit language-wise. but I'm going to try it again. So, I mean, the picture quality, everything was gorgeous in this movie. It was just and even this young lady, I mean, she was really nice looking, but every other word out of her mouth was F. And again, I'm not a prude, and I don't get offended, but it just didn't sit right with me. It didn't work. It was too distracting. So other than that, though, the movie was pretty good. I didn't make it through. I got like a quarter of the way through, and I abandoned ship. But I'm going to try it again, though. If you've seen it, you want to comment, go ahead, leave a comment below. And the last one here is another German media book. This one's called Holidays. I think this is German. It looks like it, yeah, because you have everything's in German in the back, but it's a 2-disc set. You get a Blu-ray and a DVD, and there's a lot of bonus materials on the DVD. So this is from a company called Meteor Film, and I still haven't watched this one yet either, but this is a good time of year to do so. I should be careful because I have no idea what's in here. You can see that it's called Holidays, and I'm thinking that it encompasses all the holidays. It looks like there's Halloween, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, so it touches on all the holidays, not just Christmas. But I wanted to add this in with the rest of my Christmas movies because it did kind of show a package on the front. And usually these are limited, and most of them will have a number on the back, but this one does not. So that is Holidays. So I'm going to pause it here for a minute, get something to drink, and we'll go over some non-horror Christmas stuff, and then we'll wrap this up. So these are some essential viewing at the Walnuts compound each Christmas season. And this is the complete Rankin Bass Christmas collection. You get all 18 holiday favorites in this set. You can get this on Amazon right now. And these are all the programs that you get. We used to call these specials when we were kids. Back then, you had to sit your ass down in the seat and watch them when they were on, or you wouldn't see them again. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have digital on demand. You know, if it was on Saturday night at 6 o'clock and you weren't there, you missed it till next year. But usually, these would be on a couple different times during the winter. So if you missed one or two, you may still get to see it. But once they're done, they were done. And they didn't have DVDs and Blu-rays back then. So, I mean, you had to... This was like in the early 80s, you know, so. But these are the movies that you get. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from 1964. Cricket on the Hearth. The Little Drummer Boy. Frosty the Snowman. Santa Claus is Coming to Town. You can read these. I don't have to read them to you, but you can get these well, you could probably get them on eBay too, but you can get them on Amazon. And it comes with a booklet, kind of a guide for all the different episodes that are on here. Really, really good stuff. And then they come in this Blu-ray keep case. It's a nice thick case with swing trays, and you get a couple different specials per disc. Really, really nice. Uh-oh, one fell out. One fell out. Another one fell out. What the heck is going on here? The hubs are not very deep. It's almost like it's just barely hanging on. But this is a really, really nice set, and I do recommend it. I'm sure a lot of you have grown up watching these too. You probably own these already. And these are the same exact movies for the most part, only these were the DVDs that I had before I upgraded to the Blu-ray. But this one has some of the Dr. Seuss stuff as well, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's not, technically that's not a Rankin Bass, but it is included here on this set. These are nice. They're kind of like almost like a digibook style packaging, which I really like, and it has really nice art on the discs, and then they just kind of pull out like this. These are really, really nice. These were kind of expensive when they first came out. I bought them right away. They probably have gone way down since because the Blu-ray is released now, and I think even some of these have 4K releases. But here's the other one. These are mostly the Rankin Bass ones in this set. There's a Christmas CD here with songs for Christmas music that they included. And then they also threw in Cricket on the Hearth in a separate little slim case there that goes in that band. So they're calling this the ultimate holiday entertainment, and I've had many hours of fun watching these, and now I'm really glad to upgrade this to a much smaller, kind of a compact set with better quality. The next one is, I didn't grow up with this movie. I was already a young adult when this came out, but this is now a yearly favorite of mine. This is Elf, starring Will Ferrell. What a great movie. Bob Newhart. This is such a fun yearly watch, directed by Jon Favreau. Will Ferrell played a great Buddy the Elf, and I'm sure most of you own this already, but I'm just showing you some of the movies I watch every year. I upgraded A Christmas Story to 4K last year, but this is another yearly watch for me, A Christmas Story, directed by Bob Clark, the same guy who directed what do you call it? Was it Black Christmas? Yeah, Black Christmas. But this is a great movie too, timeless classic, and it looks really good on 4K, but you also do get the Blu-ray and the digital code. And the last one, I also have the steelbook for this, but I just pulled out this Blu-ray. This is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Another yearly watch for me. This never gets old. These are really fun watches. Great for adults and for children, and I do recommend all of these. So that was my little video for Christmas recommendations for holiday-themed horror movies and not so horror. Some of these childhood classics that we remember. Bring back that nostalgic feel from our childhood. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just me and Hannah here now. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.